Hello everybody, and thank you so much for joining my channel. My name is Rocky. If you are new, this is where we talk about fashion, lifestyle right here in my city of Chicago, and just a little bit of beauty. Today we're doing fashion and beauty. Let me get right into it. So I did a bunch of shopping like the Black Friday sales, and because all of these retailers had high volumes of purchases and it's just a lot going on, it took a while for these to start rolling in. So I will have maybe a few videos all together covering all the things that I picked up and the deals that I got for Black Friday. But I have a few and I can't wait to tell you about them because I want to start wearing them and using them right away. Let me get started. So the first one is from Anthropology, you all. And for some reason, it came in 2 shipments. But for some reason, and I'll explain in a second, one came in an Anthro package and another one came in a Free People package. This happened to me before, and I later learned that Anthro, Free People, and Urban Outfitters are all owned by the same parent company. So sometimes you'll get things that come from Urban, from Anthro, from Free People, whatever. It's all kind of mixed and jumbled. Similar to like the Old Navy Gap Banana Republic experience. That's what this is like. So let me get into what I got here. So everything was deeply discounted. None of this stuff that I got was at regular price. And that's the whole premise of this channel. One thing I do like about Anthro, when Anthro packages your stuff, it gives you a semi-luxurious feel. It has like the Anthro tape and all of that good stuff. I kind of was rough with this package, so that's why it looks a little beat up. But this one is from the brand Dhruv Kapoor. I'm not familiar with this brand, but the original price on this was, I think, $248. Is that right? No, $228. And I think I paid like $20 for this, or $22. So pretty much 90% off. And as usual, I will put on screen, how much everything costs. But look how ornate and pretty this is. It is denim. It was hard to tell from the pictures that this was a blue denim. It looked like a black gray kind of a denim, but this is a blue denim. It is beautiful. It described it as a blue denim, but it didn't look like that in the pictures. It has a cute little cutout here, perfect for summer, spring, fall, whatever. You can layer it in the colder months because this is a heavier material, or you can wear it in summer. I think this is like a nighttime piece. Super adorable in my opinion. And again, at this price, you cannot beat it. So I could not leave it there. One of the things I benefit from is like some of the last sizes when you're buying stuff. Some of the last sizes are your extra smalls and double extra smalls, and your extra large and double extra large. So if you're on any end of that spectrum, these sales are your friend. The next thing from Anthro, it came from in this Free People bag, was, did I get more? I felt like I got more than 2 things, but obviously I didn't. It's this is another dress. So what surprised me, I just always just kind of peek open these packages just to make sure something's in there. But what surprised me most about this, because I thought this was more of a corally orange kind of a color, and this came hot pink. So I don't know how it was described. Oh shit, this says vivid hot fuchsia on the tag. To my eye on the picture, similar to that, the picture looked gray black. This one looked like a fuchsia orangey kind of a color. Not fuchsia, corally orange kind of color. This is hot fuchsia, you all. This is just a regular little dress that you would wear every day. I love this detail. I love that it was high-waisted and sort of baby doll in nature. I don't know if this has pockets or not. It does. It has pockets. You know me and my pockets. And sometimes people ask me, like, why am I so excited about the pockets? Do you actually use them? Yes, I do put things in them. Now that I don't carry a purse, I will slide my phone in there. And the other thing is, for me, I am super socially awkward, you all. I don't know what to do with myself when I'm in social situations. So my pockets are my friend. So when I'm walking or I'm by myself or whatever, my pockets are like my security blanket. So that's why I'm like always over rotating on whether a dress has pockets or not. Now my pants and jeans and all this, they usually have pockets. So I'm not really pressed about looking for pockets, but dresses, oh my word, I need pockets. The next items are from Nordstrom and Nordstrom Rack. And what I will say is I don't often buy luxury designer things from Nordstrom because it's just, I'm just fiscally sensitive, and, they don't have any appreciation for my fiscal sensitivity. But because it was Black Friday, they had these wonderful sales. And what I will say about the designer luxury experience with with Nordstrom is that they really do package their things nicely. They do take care when they are sending you these things. So look, this is the pack. Of course, I open these just to make sure there's stuff in the box, because I hear horror stories about people getting stuff and there's like locks and books in their boxes. So I check right away. I've never had that happen to me, but I do check right away. Doing this with one hand, impossible. So this is the experience. You open it up and everything comes on like a hanger. The first piece I got here, like, it's a blazer that's on a hanger. Then underneath I have a perfectly packaged dress. So let me go through the things, and then it gives you a little thank you card too that was hanging on the hanger of the blazer. So this blazer, check this out, you all. This blazer was originally, I want to say, just under $1,000. Let's see if the price is still on here. Yeah. The original price on here, let me take it out of the package so you don't think I'm lying. But I'm not familiar with this brand, but I know, oh, wow. Okay. The details on here, oh my goodness. This is my second really luxurious blazer. I paid more for the other one. I do have a Balmain blazer that I bought intentionally to resell, but it took so long to resell, I ended up just keeping it for myself. I think it was like a $1,200 or $2,000 blazer. Yeah, I think it was like a $2,000 blazer that I picked up for like 100 and something, like close to 200. So that's probably my most expensive blazer, but I didn't buy it with the intention of wearing it. I wanted to sell it. And because it sat so long, I was like, fine, I'll just take it. It was in my size. And that's what I usually do when I'm trying to resell stuff. I'll buy it in my size in case it doesn't sell. These are non-returnable items. And then if in the event that it doesn't sell, I just take it. Anyway, this is from the brand TWP. I don't know what TWP stands for. If I do find out, I will put it on the screen. This one was originally $950, and I'll bring it up close for you. And I think I'll put on screen what I ended up paying for it, because I cannot remember offhand, but it was probably 95% off of this price. And then look at these details. These buttons are so, I have the bureau so you can see just how luxurious these buttons are, but they are so pretty. And look at this. Oh, it's also the same button detail here on the sleeves. This is in a bone cream color. They called it sweet pea bone is the color. Got this in an extra small. I'll have to try this on to see how it fits. I want to wear this right away. I am headed up to a trip, and I think this is going to look beautiful on my trip. I'm nervous about wearing it though. You know, I'm just one of those people, like, when things are really, really nice, I'm reluctant to like wear it. And it's like, why would you buy it if you're not going to wear it? You're just wasting. Anyway, I have so much more to go through, but I don't want to spend too much time on this. It has a slit here on the back. It has pockets here on the side. Does it have an inside pocket? No, it doesn't have an inside pocket, but I am still pleased with how this looks. I am a fan. The material feels like silk. Let's see what the material is before I move on to the next thing. So this is dry clean only. It is 76% viscose, 24% linen, and the inside lining is 100% silk. So the exterior is viscose and linen, but it is, when I tell you in person, you can't really get the feel for it, but in person, this is super luxurious and pretty. This is one of the nicest things I own. The next designer thing that I got from Nordstrom is a dress from Helmut Lang. And they describe it as the color as being mushroom, which is one of the worst foods on earth, you all. Cancel me if you want. I said what I said. This one intrigued me because it had an asymmetric, the color, I don't have a dress. I do have a brown dress. I'm lying now, so I'm about to start lying. But I don't have a dress like this in this color. And the asymmetry of it. I got this in an extra small. The original price on here, if you can see that, $450. Now, you know, for doggone sure, I did not spend $450 on one item. I'll try my best to put on screen what I paid for it. I feel like this is my first time ever buying, Helmut Lang. This is probably my first one. It says, due to the delicate nature of this fabric, please use caution while wearing and cleaning. So it's one of those things where you can't really, really wear your stuff. I don't know why, like, designer things are so delicate where you can't really enjoy it. Wow, you get something from Shein and you could play football in it and it'll last you 10 years. So this one is made out of 100% viscose. Why would this be considered delicate? Dry clean only. Why would this be considered delicate if it's 100% viscose? You tell me. Anyway, this, I'm feeling it now. This feels like any old type of dress that I can get from like Shein, Forever 21, H&M, Zara. I'm looking at the construction of it, the feel of it. It is nothing special. It almost feels like a bathing suit. The material of it feels like a bathing suit. I did not check. A lot of times I fall in love with stuff and I just hit add to cart and I order. And that's what I did with this. Especially seeing the discount that they were giving on this one. I just grabbed it. But a lot of times it'll tell you right there in the description if it's what material it is, all that stuff. And I just didn't pay attention that this was 100% viscose. And literally it feels like a bathing suit, you all. It feels just like a swimsuit. Super cute though. Super cute. And I'm hoping I can fit this because this is where my hips need to fit. And I got hips, y'all. So we'll have to see how this works out. All right, the next piece that I got was from Nordstrom Rack. And this is Free People. Free People is one of my favorite brands. If you watch any of my hauls, you know that. I find a way to get Free People in the mix. Whether it be from like Poshmark and Mercari or at the store, whatever, I get some Free People. I'm just addicted. So this one is night or intimates is what they call it, nightwear. And it's just a little negligee kind of a thing, just so I can be comfy at night. But yeah, it is very, very, even though like people do wear stuff like this as a dress, man, I would be the talk of the party if I wore this. Like if I were fishing, if I were hunting for a man, this would be something that I would totally wear to a nightclub and get all the attention that I want. But this is fairly sheer and see-through. Even the bottom part, let me see if I can see that, show you that. It is translucent, so you can see behind me through this. It is fairly translucent. So wearing it out in public, even you could wear it as a shirt, maybe, and then put some jeans underneath. But otherwise, this is not meant to be out in the streets. The original price on this one was $78, and I'll have to put on screen how much I ended up paying for it. The next one is a new brand to me. I have been seeing this on my socials for a while, and I've been wanting to buy from them for a while because I told you about my obsession about things that have my name, my initial, my zodiac, my heritage, something like that on there. This brand starts with an R, so it has R on a lot of their pieces. And this is called Reason Clothing Brand. Not sure if you ever heard of it, but it's all over my socials. And they had a super big sale. Everything was deeply discounted. So like coats were $16, like that. So let me show you some of the pieces that I got. And I'll have to put on, I don't remember how much I paid for these, so I have to put on screen how much I paid. But this is how it comes. So it has the brand Reason on there. The very first piece I got, and these look extra big. Ugh. Hopefully I did the right thing. I think I got everything in the smallest size that they come in. Oh, okay. This one is maybe not for me. Oh, I think I probably didn't get this for me. But this is pretty big. It's a medium. And again, everything was like $16, you all. And that is nice. I'm holding it now and the material is good. Yeah, I'm a fan, especially for the price that I paid. Is good. I'll have to again put on screen exactly how much I paid. I can't really remember, but that one I don't think I bought it for me. I probably bought that one as a gift because that's huge. Yeah, and these other two are for me. Yeah, that one was not for me. These two are for me because they have the R initial on there. So this one is a jacket, and this one's in my favorite color, blue. So it's a baby blue, it's super cute. I got this one in a small, and it's still pretty big. It's probably just as big as that medium was. This one's very, very light, you all. Look how it's very thin, light, like probably a shirt material. So this is meant for definitely a light layer over your stuff during spring where you just kind of want to knock off the breeze a bit. But look at this. I had to get this. It has a rose, there's an R, it's blue, the price was right. It says that the original price on here was $74, and like I said, I think I might have gotten this for like $16 or maybe $10 or maybe $7. Like the prices were so low, and I ended up doing another round of purchases as gifts from here. So that, but the problem is for this one, not the problem, but the thing to consider when you are ordering, it takes a very, very long time to get these. I think it took a month close to a month for me to get this. So, which I wasn't in a rush to get it anyway, so neither here nor there. The price was more important than the speed of delivery. There's a thing in business. There's a triangle, and it's cost, quality, and time. If you're sensitive about cost, then the quality may be lower or the time it takes may take longer. Anything, like anyone that's most important, you can only pick, pick the one that's most important, right? Something else, the most you can pick is two. All three of them can't be as important, but something is going to be impacted if you pick one. So anyway, the next one is this one. This has my first and last initial on there, which is super cute. I love this. This is giving me like baseball team vibes. I think the original price on this one was also $74. Yeah, original price on this one was $74. I love this cream color. This is very, very fun. So yeah, definitely going to be rocking this one. I might take this one to my trip to wear like in the evenings as it gets colder. That might be a good idea. So that was all that I got from Reason. And so let's pivot to the next things. Listen, go ahead and sigh and roll your eyes and all that stuff. Just get it out of your system because the sneaker journey continues. So I got some sneakers. Where did I get these from? I don't even remember where I got these from, but wherever I got these from was having like a 50 or 60% off deal. Might be the same place. I don't know. But I've been eyeballing this particular style of Adidas sneakers for a while. And this colorway came up, so I couldn't pass it up. This is a pair of cream and navy blue Taekwondo Adidas sneakers. And they're very sleek and look super comfortable. They're slip-ons. Let me see how this... obviously didn't try these. I was waiting to show you. Hopefully they are the right size. They are the right size. The fact they're slip-on, I like the fact that they're slip-on because I don't like to tie my sneakers, but I don't like that I can't loosen them. So I have to kind of squeeze my foot in through the top part. But this is perfect sizing. Let's see, what size did I end up getting? I never know what size I am. A 6, okay. I never know what size I am in Adidas sneakers. I think I have, did I order more? I think I just recently ordered another pair and I did pick a 6. So if I did order, then I picked the right size. But these are super cute. I got these from Feature. That's where I got these from feature.com. They always have really good sales around this time. Like twice a year, they'll do an additional 50% off of everything on their website. The things that they don't intend to be an additional 50% off, they'll just take off the website so that you're not even enticed. No arguments. All right, the next pair is a pair of Nikes. And this one was an additional 60% off. And I feel like this is from Shoe Palace. Let's see, do I have anything in here? I don't know. I didn't open these because when I opened the box to make sure there were Nikes. And I did open, but I didn't want to take off the packaging because I wanted you to see this. What is that even? It's like a foil type of, I only have had like white regular tissue paper in my boxes. I have never had sneakers that came in anything other than that. So I didn't want to ruin that experience before I got to show it to you. So let's do this. Let's open this together, you all. Oh, there is some white tissue paper inside once you get there. So why does this look so big? I hope this isn't a men's 6 that they sent me. But yeah, so this is supposed to be it is a women's. Look how cool these are. I don't even know. What are these called? So I can tell you. This is the women's Nike Air Muse. And it's in a color ashen slate / metallic silver. And I got this in a size 6.5 in women's. So it looks huge though as I'm looking at it, but it looks super comfy. Let's throw one on my feet just to see for sizing if I need to do anything here. But when I saw this color, and the fact that it was an additional 60% off, there was no way I was leaving this behind. This is the type of shoe, this style of shoe that's more like running / athletic type of shoe, is the type of shoes that I like to wear for dancing. So I do my Zumba classes and things in this. This is an interesting shape, I will admit. The sole is huge. I think like if I have a long way to walk or something like that, this is great to wear. The sole is a bit hard, so not necessarily what I would wear for running. It's not flexible at all. As you can see, it's not really flexible at all. I'll have to see how I do dancing in this because I do like, I need some sort of flex and give in my shoe when I'm dancing, but definitely great for walks. Look how much, like, this air bubble, just, if I have a long walk to do, this would be great, I think, for those walks. Definitely, like, lots of art support and everything in there, but look how cool. These are so cool. And 60% off. And I didn't forget, I promised you a little bit of beauty, and I will share this with you. So I was in Marshall's. That's where I was. I was in Marshall the other day, killing time before one of my classes started, and saw this fragrance. And I was just like, let me see what this smells like. So I just from the cap or whatever, it would smell nice. I sprayed it in the air. I'm like, this is actually really nice. And I look at the price, it's $14.99, down from the original price of $20. And I was just like, yeah, it's super cheap, but it smells nice. I'm not one of those people who, I'm not a fragrance snob. There are some people out there who are fragrance snobs. If it smells good to me, I will rock it. Got to be careful that, you know, these things don't break you out. But like, I am not a fragrance snob in the least bit. It just needs to smell how I want it to smell. And this was one of them. And then when I got home, I was like, you know what? This bottle looks a little familiar. And I'll show you. So I do have this one from YSL called Blouse. And doesn't the styling look familiar? Doesn't that look, I'm putting them side by side. That is like a replica of that, right? So I just looked up online, what is Tuxedo from Milestone Perfumes? What is this a dupe for? And it said it is a dupe for the Yves Saint Laurent Tuxedo. So Tuxedo and Tuxedo. And it smells nice. The only note in here that I was concerned about is the Lily of the Valley, because it is a white floral, but it's very faint. It doesn't bother me. Like some other white floral, sometimes it's like I just cannot tolerate it at all. But this one was fine. And for $14, like I would recommend you go to your local Marshalls, what else, TJ Maxx, whatever all the brands are that have Ross, whatever. Look for this, or look for this style of fragrance. It probably has their whole line of dupes of the Yves Saint Laurent fragrances. Check it out. But this one's nice for $15. You can't go wrong. And this is one of those, like, if you don't want to use your good stuff and you're just going to the grocery store and you don't want to smell like soap, just, you know what I mean? You don't want to smell like your shower gel. Just throw this on and you're not wasting a really expensive fragrance, but you do have something on. So putting you on the game. I was just killing time and I just happened to find this brand. So Milestone Perfumes, and whatever fragrance they have is probably a replica of something else. So that was a long video. We have more to come because, like I said, I did several hauls of the Black Friday sales, but it's taking a while for things to come through. Yeah, that's all. Subscribe if you enjoyed it. Share it with your friends. Hit the like button. Bye.
Rocky, she's just a fashion girl from Chicago. Rocky, just a fashion girl.